Hi everybody, it's Aja from the blog 6 Degrees of Debt. Make sure you check out my blog if you haven't done so already. It's www.6degreesofdebt.wordpress.com. Today I am making this video about my story and how I got to where I am today with my building of wealth and paying off debts. And I had so much fun doing my last video on the 6-day like button challenge that I thought, you know what, let's do another one because it was really fun. So I am here today to talk to you about how I got to where I am. I basically went to college a long time ago and I earned two college degrees. I earned a bachelor's in English and I earned a master's in English. I met my husband in college and he graduated with a bachelor's in English degree as well and went on to get his master's in English. And then he got a second master's in library and information science and then got a third master's in public administration. So with about 6 degrees, we racked up $127,000 worth of debt. Yay! So we pretty much ignored our debt for a really long time, over 10 years, and you can imagine about, how bad we kind of dug ourselves into this hole, and how bad that can feel when you're trying to, build yourself up, when you're trying to, raise a family, when you're trying to buy a home, when you're trying to, get a car, when you're trying to just live the life that you've dreamt of living. With those student loans and the debt in our background all the time, it sort of became this way of life. At least for me, I felt like I would always have student loan debt until I died. I thought it was just the way it was. The amount was so massive, I did not think I would ever pay it off. And so that's what I thought every single day until I believed it. And that's literally what happened. I never paid it off. So I began to think a little differently the moment that I decided a year ago that this was not my intended life. I just had a mental break and I started crying. I remember the moment I was standing at my kitchen sink and I was doing dishes and I literally just started crying, and I realized that something huge was missing in my life, and it was those dreams that I had. Like, where were they? I had buried them down so deep because I thought, they were unattainable anymore. They just were unattainable. With all the money I owed and would forever owe, it was like there's no way that I could possibly attain my dreams anymore. And when I started thinking that way, I actually felt something different, something like a fire in my stomach, and it kind of came out through tears, but it was a revelation. It was literally like the moment that I was like, oh my gosh, I know what's holding us back. I know why I can't live my dreams, why why we can't get to that life that I keep envisioning. I know why. It's my debt. It's my enemy. It is my, what do you call it? The chains that bind. That was it. And it needed to go away. So I literally, I came up with a plan to create a budget. And in maybe another video, I will go over how we did that step by step. But we created a budget that worked for us, and literally a budget is a budget. You're basically just telling your money where to go as opposed to letting your money go wherever it wants and letting your money control your life. A budget allows you to take control of your money. We started writing down like just how much money we had and where we could put it towards our debts. And we didn't have much. Like honestly, we had no um, large amounts of money at all. But we did have savings accounts that we were really trying not to touch. But honestly, what good were the savings accounts if we were always dipping into them to pay bills and to cover life stances? I like to call them life stances because they're like those things that life throws at you, the flat tire and the, speeding ticket and all those things would take away the savings that we were trying to build all the time because we just never had enough savings. We never had enough, cushion. And it was when we started to realize that if we got rid of our debt, we would have that cushion. We would be able to build that. And when we were able to pay off debts and actually see that the money could go down, the balance could be lessened, that's when we realized we can start saving right now. And so we did. And so this momentum began to build within us, and we literally started to just put money down as often as we could. We would always contribute to a savings, and we would always, come up with our expenses, your groceries and your gas. But we always budgeted for a payment on debt because that's the thing that's in our way. That's our obstacle, and we need to overcome it in order to get to that dream. So I started waking up every day and thinking about the dreams that I wanted in my life. And whatever we had, whatever extra money we came into, gifts or gift cards we didn't want, or anything we could sell, anything we didn't need anymore, we would make money off of it, and we would just kind of keep going with that and paying off these debts that we owed from our days of college. And I just keep reading books about finances and law of attraction and all these different things that are adding to the momentum that I'm building to get out of debt. And those tools, those things that I'm using, they're driving me. They're driving me forward, and they're getting me to where I need to go. And because of this newfound hope and this ability that I know that I have in getting out of debt, it has brightened up my days. Like, I wake up and I am like ready to make a video, or I'm ready to write a blog post. And don't we all want that? Don't we all want to wake up every morning excited and passionate about our jobs? I began to feel that way. And that's why I love making these videos, and why I love writing about what's going on, because it's so much more than just paying off debt. It's become a path to the life that I'm intended to live. And I can see my white wraparound porch that I want on my house, and I can see me talking to people and helping people and infecting them with something that is so good and wonderful. And it's just all that I've ever wanted. And so with that in view, with that up in my thoughts all the time, it's almost as if there's like just no room for the negative Nancy's, and there's no room for the bad news, and there's no room for like the you can'ts, and there's just no room. Like, there's none. It's just it's so much more than just paying off debts. It's about getting to that dream life. I think that we all have that dream life that we want. And sometimes life can make you forget it. Life stances can get in the way. The idea that you want to have, though, in your mind, and the thoughts that you want to continue to think about, are the ones that are positive and the ones that get you closer to your goal. Those are the only thoughts you should think of. And when you feel those moments of doubt, and when you listen to the negative Nancy's and you hear the bad news, put on some freaking awesome music and rock out, or do something that takes your mind off that, or start talking to someone that makes you feel that confirmation that you're doing the right thing, or just something to get you away from that negative stuff, because it can make you feel like you're not deserving of a better life, and this is just the way it is. I mean, like the penny on the street, pick it up and put it in your pocket, because that could be the extra 1 cent you need to get out of debt. Like, these things are not coincidental. When you feel like, you're just always kind of negative, and the negative stuff comes in your life all the time, and you're always complaining, that's not coincidental. You're creating that life. I created the life where I never would get out of debt. That's the life I created, and that's the life I got. So if I could just take that energy and say, you know what, I can get out of debt, I will get out of debt, I will build wealth in my life, and I will be happy, that's exactly what I got. I am getting out of debt, I'm building wealth, and I am happy as I don't know what. And that should be your thought every single day. That's how people lose weight and get healthy, because they realize something. They realize that they want a better life, that they weren't intended to be unhappy or unhealthy, or just in any other way sad or depressed. And when you feel that sort of, helplessness and that hopelessness, something in you wakes up, and you realize you are deserving of a better life, and you can create it yourself. So I just wanted to make this video to reaffirm to all of the people out there that may be feeling a bit of doubt, maybe feeling a bit of depression or a bit of hopelessness, that whatever amount you owe to whomever, you can get out of that. You can change your life. You can change it all around. It's all up to you. So just know that. And when you know that, take an action, take a step to get out. Don't accept that as your life if you feel that it's not. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. I so appreciate everyone's support. I'm overwhelmed, and I just love this so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't checked out my blog, it is at www.6degreesofdebt.wordpress.com. Bye, everybody.